Hi students, welcome back. Today we are discussing problems related with the oscillation. Our first question. A mass capital M is suspended from a spring of negligible mass. The spring is pulled a little and released so that the mass executes simple harmonic motion with the time period t. Here the spring executes simple harmonic motion with the time period t. Okay, then what's the equation for the time period of the spring? Time period of the spring that is given by t is equal to 2 pi into root of m divided by k. This is the equation for the time period of the spring. Okay, m is the mass which is attached to the spring and k is the spring constant. Okay, if the mass is increased by small m, then the ratio of mass small m by capital M is 9 divided by 16. The new time period of the system is, we want to find out the new time period. Okay, here the mass of the attached body is increased by small m. Then what about the total mass? Total mass now becomes equal to capital M plus small m. Then what about the time period? Time period t dash is equal to 2 pi into root of capital M plus small m divided by k. Okay. Then on dividing these two equations, 2 pi get cancelled, k get cancelled. Then t dash divided by t is equal to root of capital M plus small m divided by capital M. Okay. Then it's equal to root of 1 plus small m divided by capital M. We know that the value of small m by capital M is equal to 9 divided by 16. Then t dash divided by t is equal to root of 1 plus 9 divided by 16. That's equal to root of 25 divided by 16 equal to 5 divided by 4. Okay. So we can write t dash is equal to 5 divided by 4 into t. Okay. The new time period becomes equal to 5 by 4 into t. T is the initial time period. After increasing the mass by small m on small m, then t dash is equal to 5 by 4 into t. Okay. Our second question. If the period of oscillation of mass small m suspended from a spring is 2 seconds. Time period is given. Time period is equal to 2 seconds. Okay. Time period of spring motion is here. Then time period of spring t is equal to 2 pi into root of, here the mass is small m, therefore small m divided by k. K is the spring constant. And this time period is given and it's equal to 2 seconds. Okay. Then the time period of mass 4m suspended from the same spring is, okay. Then what about the new time period? T dash is equal to 2 pi into, what about the mass? Now mass now becomes equal to 4m. Okay. Small m is replaced by 4m. Therefore 4m divided by capital K. Capital K remains constant because the same spring is used here. Then t dash is equal to 2 pi into root of 4m divided by k. That is equal to, on rearranging this, we can write 2 into 2 pi into root of m by k. Okay. 2 pi into root of m by k is equal to 2 seconds. Therefore, we can substitute 2 pi into root of m by k as 2 seconds. Therefore, the answer is 2 into 2 seconds. Okay. Okay, instead of 2 pi into root of m by k, we can write 2 seconds. Then 2 into 2 seconds, that's equal to 4 seconds. 4 seconds is the answer. The new time period of the spring becomes equal to 4 seconds. Our next question. A second's pendulum consists of an empty spherical bob of mass 10 gram. This bob is replaced by another solid bob of same radius and mass 20 gram. The new time period will be, okay, here the spherical, a second pendulum. Here, the seconds pendulum consists of a spherical bob. Okay. What about the time period of a pendulum? Time period of a pendulum T is equal to 2 pi into root of L by G. This is the equation. Time period of a pendulum is equal to 2 pi into root of L by G. Okay. Here the seconds pendulum means what about the time period? Time period is equal to 2 seconds. Okay. Time period T is equal to 2 seconds. Seconds pendulum. Time period of the seconds pendulum is equal to 2 seconds. Here in the first case, spherical bob is having a mass 10 gram. Then that bob is replaced by another solid bob of same radius and mass 20 gram. What about the new time period? That's the question. In this equation, it is very clear that the time period of the simple pendulum which is independent of mass. So what about the time period of the seconds pendulum? Now, if the mass is changed from 10 gram to 20 gram, what about the time period? Time period is independent of mass. So we can write what about the time period of the seconds pendulum? Time period of the seconds pendulum is equal to 2 seconds itself. Okay. Here the time period, new time period T dash is also equal to 2 seconds because time period is independent of mass. Okay. In the case of pendulum, time period is independent of mass. Okay. Our next question. The time period of simple pendulum of length L at a place where the acceleration due to gravity G is T. Okay. Here also time period of the simple pendulum is given. Time period of simple pendulum T is equal to 2 pi into root of L divided by G. L is the length of the pendulum and the acceleration due to gravity at that place is equal to G. Okay. What is the time period of the same pendulum at a place where the acceleration due to gravity is 0.98 g? Okay, here the acceleration due to gravity is changed and it is equal to 0.98 g. Then what about the new time period? New time period T dash is equal to 2 pi into root of L divided by, instead of G we can write 0.98 g. Then on solving these two equations, T dash divided by T is equal to T dash divided by T. T dash divided by T is equal to 2 pi cancelled, L cancelled, G cancelled. Then equation becomes equal to root of 1 divided by 0.98. Okay. T dash divided by T is equal to root of 1 divided by 0.98. On solving this, we can write 1.01. Okay, T dash divided by T is equal to 1.01. So T dash is equal to 1.01 into T. Okay, this is the new time period. T dash is equal to 1.01 T. Okay, here acceleration due to gravity G is replaced by 0.98 g. Okay. Next question. The time period of a simple pendulum is measured as T in a stationary lift. Okay. When the pendulum is in a stationary lift, the time period is measured as T. Time period of the pendulum when it is in a stationary lift is equal to 2 pi into root of L divided by G. Okay. If the lift moves down with an acceleration 0.5 g, the time period will becomes equal to. When the lift moves down, acceleration of the pendulum becomes changes, that is equal to g dash is equal to g minus a. When the lift moves down, acceleration g dash is equal to g minus a. Then on substituting, the new time period T dash is equal to 2 pi into root of L divided by G minus, what about the acceleration? Acceleration now becomes equal to 0.5 g. Okay, instead of acceleration we can write 0.5 g. Okay, that is equal to 2 pi into root of L divided by 0.5 g. Okay, that's equal to 2 pi into root of 2L divided by g. Okay, 2L divided by g, that is equal to root 2 into 2 pi into root of L by g. Initial time period when the pendulum is at, when the lift is at rest, time period is equal to 2 pi into root of L by g. When the lift is at rest, the time period is equal to 2 pi into root of L by g. Then instead of this 2 pi into root of L by g, we can substitute t. Therefore, the final answer is root 2 into capital T. Okay, root 2t is the new time period. Okay, if the question is the lift is moving up with an acceleration is equal to 0.5 g, then what about the new acceleration due to gravity? G dash is equal to, when the lift is moving up, we can write acceleration due to gravity G dash is equal to G plus A. Okay, G plus A is the new acceleration due to gravity when the lift is moving up. Okay, in our question, the lift is moving down. So, we use the equation G dash is equal to G minus A. Our next question, T is the period of oscillation of a simple pendulum arranged in a car moving horizontally with a uniform velocity. Here the car is moving horizontally with a uniform velocity. Uniform velocity means acceleration is equal to 0. Okay, here the car is moving horizontally. With the uniform velocity, that means acceleration A is equal to 0. Okay, simple pendulum which is attached inside the car. So what about the time period of the simple pendulum? When it is moving horizontally with a uniform velocity, time period becomes equal to 2 pi into root of L by g. This is the equation for the time period of the simple pendulum when the car is moving horizontally with a uniform velocity. Okay, if the car moves horizontally with an acceleration equal to acceleration due to gravity, when the car moves horizontally with an acceleration is equal to acceleration due to gravity, then the time period of the simple pendulum becomes. Here, when the car moves horizontally with an acceleration is equal to acceleration due to gravity, we want to find out what about the resultant acceleration of the system. To find out the resultant acceleration, we know that when the car is moving horizontally with a uniform velocity, g is the acceleration due to gravity which is acting downward. Acceleration of the car is equal to 0. Therefore, horizontal acceleration of the pendulum is also equal to, horizontal acceleration of the pendulum is equal to 0. Car moves with a uniform velocity, that means acceleration is equal to 0. So, horizontal acceleration of the pendulum is also equal to 0 when the car moves with a uniform velocity. But when the car moves with an acceleration is equal to acceleration due to gravity, the horizontal acceleration of the pendulum which is equal to A is equal to G. Okay, here these two accelerations which are acting perpendicular to each other, then what about the resultant acceleration of the pendulum? Resultant acceleration of the pendulum is in this direction, resultant acceleration. When two vectors are acting at an angle 90 degree, what about the resultant acceleration? Resultant is equal to root of a square plus b square. That's the equation. Similarly, here two vectors are acting perpendicular to each other. Therefore, the resultant acceleration g dash is equal to root of a. Instead of a, we can write g. Instead of b, we can write a. That is equal to g. Then g square plus g square. That's equal to root of 2g square. That is root 2g. Okay, resultant acceleration is equal to root 2 into g. This is the resultant acceleration which is acting on the pendulum when the car is moving with an acceleration is equal to acceleration due to gravity. Then new time period t dash is equal to 2 pi into root of L divided by what? G dash. Okay. G dash is the new acceleration, then t dash is equal to 2 pi into root of L divided by G dash. Okay, instead of G dash we can write root 2 into G. Okay, that's equal to 2 pi into root of L divided by root 2G. Okay, again on rearranging we can write 1 by root of root 2 into 2 pi into root of L by G. Instead of 2 pi into root of L by G, we can write the initial time period t, then 1 by root of root 2. Root of root 2 means 2 raised to 1 by 4. Root 2 root 2 is equal to 2 raised to 1 by 2. Root of root 2 is equal to 2 raised to 1 by 4. Okay, then we can write, what about the new time period? T dash is equal to 2 raised to 1 by 4. 2 raised to minus 1 by 4. 1 by 2 raised to 1 by 4. That's equal to 2 raised to minus 1 by 4 into t. This is the new time period. Okay. New time period of the pendulum becomes equal to t dash is equal to 2 raised to minus 1 by 4 into t. Okay. Our next question, the length of the seconds pendulum is increased by 1%. How many seconds it will lose per day? Okay, we want to find out how many seconds it will lose per day when the length of the seconds pendulum is increased by 1%. For this, we know that the time period of the pendulum t is equal to 2 pi into root of L divided by G. L is the length of the pendulum. In the case of seconds pendulum, length L is equal to 100 centimeter, that we know. What about the new time period? Okay, when the length of the pendulum is increased by 1%, t dash is equal to 2 pi into root of 1% increase means 0.01 increase, that is 1.01 L divided by G. If the initial length is 1 L, the new length is equal to 1.01 L. This is the equation. Then from this equation we can write t dash divided by t is equal to root of 1.01. Okay. Root of 1.01, that's equal to 1.00498. Okay. T dash divided by t is equal to 1.00498. We want to find out the how many seconds it will lose per day. Okay, for this, what about the change in time? Change in time period is equal to change in time period delta t divided by t, that's equal to 0.00498. This is the change in time. Okay. Now we want to find out how many seconds it will lose per day. Okay, how many seconds it will lose per day. 1 day is equal to 24 hours. 24 into, to convert it into seconds, we want to write 60 into 60. Okay, 24 hour is equal to 24 into 60 into 60 seconds. Okay. Then on solving this, we can write it's equal to 430, around 430. Our answer is 432. Okay, 432. That is approximately equal to 432. How many seconds it will lose per day? That's equal to 432. 432 seconds will lose per day. When the length of the pendulum is increased by 1%, how many seconds will lose per day? Okay, per day 432 seconds will lose. Okay, 432 seconds. Okay, this is the method by which we can solve this problem. Our next question, the length of the seconds pendulum on the surface of the earth is 100 centimeter. Length of the seconds pendulum is equal to 100 centimeter on the surface of the earth. The time period corresponding to that is equal to 2 pi into root of L divided by G. G earth. L is the length and acceleration due to gravity is equal to g earth. What is the required length of the second pendulum on the surface of the moon? Okay, on the surface of the moon, time period t dash is equal to 2 pi into, what about L? L is equal to L dash divided by g moon. We want to find out what about L dash. For this, on dividing these two equations, we can write t dash divided by t. What about the second pendulum? What about the time period of the second pendulum on the surface of the earth and on the surface of the moon? It becomes equal, time period becomes equal to time period of second pendulum, that's equal to 2 seconds itself. So, we can equate these two equations. T dash is equal to t, so we can equate this equation. L divided by g earth is equal to L dash divided by g moon. Okay. Time period of the second pendulum on the surface of the earth and on the surface of the moon are equal. So we can equate these two equations. So we can write L divided by g earth is equal to L dash divided by g moon. Okay, t is equal to t dash. So L divided by g earth is equal to L dash divided by g moon. Then what about L dash? L dash is equal to L by g earth into g moon. That's equal to L divided by g earth is equal to g itself. Then g moon is equal to g earth divided by 6. G earth divided by 6. On cancelling this, we can write L divided by 6. L by 6 is the answer. Here L is given, L is equal to length of the second pendulum on the surface of the earth is equal to 100 centimeter. Therefore 100 divided by 100 centimeter divided by 6. This much centimeter is the length of the second pendulum on the surface of the moon. Okay. Second pendulum time period becomes equal to 2 seconds on the surface of the earth and on the surface of the moon. Okay. On knowing that concept, we can solve this problem. Okay. I think these questions are clear for you. If you like this video, please subscribe and enable the bell button. Thank you.